Hello students. So students, in the previous class, in the chapter that is gravitation, we were discussing some of the numericals which is related to that of the gravitation. And in this one student, we have seen some of the numericals which is in which we have seen the force, how it is inversely proportional to r square, mass is given of a body, another mass of the another body is given, and we have to find the distance between them, or we have to find the force of gravitation between them if the distance is also mentioned in the numerical. As well as we have seen some of the numericals which is related to the equation of motion. Equation of motion of the freely falling body, that also we have discussed right now. Okay. Now we will move and try to understand a topic. Now we will discuss about a topic, and that is mass. So you see student, this term is very much familiar with you all. Okay, mass. We have talked about mass from the lower classes itself, that yes, this body is having this mass. Okay, this is the mass of the body. So many times we use the term. Now the question is that what do you understand by the mass of the body? If somebody asks to you that what is the definition you can give about the mass of the body, so what is it? So you see students, if we if we say that the mass of the body, actually we are talking the materials which is present in that particular body. Okay, materials, content in the body, matter, content in the body defines the mass of the body. So we can say that the mass of the body is the quantity of the matter. Okay, the quantity of the matter. The quantity of the matter which is present in it. Either we can say that which is present in it, or which is contained in it. Okay, so we can also say that either it is present in it, or which is contained in it. Now when we say about the matter here student, we can also say that we are talking about material. Okay, matter or material. So you see student that mass of the body is what? This is the matter, it is the material which is basically present in that particular body, which is contained in that body. We define it as a mass. Okay, now you see student, what is the quantity, means what is this quantity? So we will say that mass is what? Scalar or vector quantity? Is this a scalar quantity? You see that mass does not have a direction. This marker is having a mass, but you cannot, by looking at it, you cannot say that what is the direction. So on that basis we can say that mass is actually a scalar quantity. So mass is a scalar quantity. So it have magnitude but no direction. So it possesses magnitude but no direction. That is the definition of the mass. Now, if we talk about the mass, students, we can measure it with the help of, you can see a lot of electronic measurement devices are there, with the help of which you can measure the mass, or even the spring balance are there students. So, with the help of that we can easily. Beam balance. A beam balance you have seen even in the shopkeepers, they use the beam balance to measure the mass of an object. Okay, so either we can use the beam balance or we can use a chemical balance. Chemical balance basically, you see student, it is present in the laboratory, and we used to either for measuring the salt or measuring the small object, we use the chemical balance. Okay, other electronic measurement devices are also there, with the help of which we can measure the mass of any of the object, but we can say the chemical balance is very common one which we use to measure the mass of the object. Okay, so mass of the object, basically it is measured in the beam balance. Now, you see student, if we talk about the mass, so there must be the SI unit, and the SI unit of mass is kg, kilogram or kg. Okay, so it is measured in kilograms or in that of the kg. Okay. You see student, normally there are a lot of other units are also there in which we can measure the mass of an object, like gram is there, okay, or kilogram is also there, milligram is also there. So, but if we talk the standardized unit in which we can measure the mass of an object, that will be the kilogram. So, on that basis we can say that the mass is having the SI unit, that is kg, which is represented by kg. Now the question is that, you see student, if an object is there at a place, if the mass of the object is 5 kg, suppose that if the mass of an object is 5 kg. Now what will be the mass of this particular object at some other place? You will say it will remain the same, that is 5 kg. Okay. Or if we will take this object and keep it on the moon, take it on a moon, okay. So there what will be the mass of the object? So you will be confused that maybe the mass get changed since there is no atmosphere. No student. Mass, it remain constant. Whenever you are taking it, it will always remains the same. You are taking this marker and keeping it, and you are taking it with the with that of the spaceship and goes to the moon, and now when you measure the mass, you will find that the mass remains the same. Okay, it means it is a constant and it will not going to change with the place to place. It remains the same. Wherever you will take it, whenever you will measure it, it will always remains the same. So we can write it. And what is the reason, student? How can you say? There must be some reason that why we are saying that mass does not change. Because the quantity, we are defining the mass, that the quantity which is contained in that particular object defines the mass. Now the same quantity will be present here. It will be present at some other place. It will be present at some other country also, or in another planet. There will be no change in the mass. Okay, because the quantity which is present in it will remains the same. So we can say that the quantity remains same throughout the place, wherever or whenever. Thus, the mass of an object will remain constant. So the mass of an object will remain constant. So we can take an example, student, that if an object is having a mass 5 kg, on Earth, mass on Moon or other planet is equals to 5 kg. So whether you are taking the mass on that of the Earth, it will be 5 kg, or you are taking the mass on the other planet, it will remains the same, and that is 5 kg only. Okay, so it does not changes from place to place. Now, how we used to represent the mass? If suppose I say this is the mass. So, mass is represented by small letter m. That is okay. So whenever we are going to represent the mass of an object, it will be small m, students. Okay. So we will represent. Now one more thing is there which is very important, that all the objects are having the mass. It means mass cannot be zero. Okay. So we can write it that the mass of an object cannot be zero. You see, student, why is it so? Because we are saying that if we are taking an object at a one place to the other place, you are knowing that the acceleration due to gravity, it changes. You know that the acceleration due to gravity on the earth and on the moon is totally different, because on the moon the acceleration due to gravity is 1/6 of the acceleration due to gravity on the earth. So you can see the difference here, that it is 1/6 time lesser than that of the earth. Okay. Or we can say it is the 1/6 time of that of the earth. Okay. So on that basis, students, you can say that the acceleration due to gravity, it changes. It can be less. Okay. But mass, it does not change. It remains constant. Whether you are taking it a place to the other place, it does not vary from place to place. So on that basis, we can say that the mass of the object cannot be zero. Whatever be the mass of the object remain present here, it will be present in the other planet. It will not going to change. It will remain constant. So it cannot be zero also. Okay. So we can say that the mass of the object cannot be zero. So these are some of the properties of the mass. So whenever the question is asked that what you understand by mass, so we will write it that mass of an object, it defines that the quantity of matter contained in the body, or quantity of the material which is present inside that of a particular object, that defines the mass. Mass does not show the direction, it only explains about the value. So we will say that it is a scalar quantity. There are a lot of measurement by which we can measure the mass, but the most common we use is the beam balance or the chemical balance. Mass, SI unit, a lot of units are there by which we can measure it. It can be gram, it can be milligram, but the standard unit for measuring the mass is kg, that is kilogram. And mass, students, it is represented by small m, it is remain constant and cannot be zero. Okay, so this is all about that of the mass. Now move forward and we will try to understand that what is the weight. Then only we are able to understand the difference between the mass and that of the weight of the body. Weight. Now, in the chapter gravitation, student, we are continuously talking about the force of attraction exerted by the earth so that the object will get pulled towards the center of the earth. Okay, so we can say that here the earth attracts everybody towards itself with the force. Okay, and that is why we say that the force is inversely proportional to the distance and directly proportional to the masses of the product of the masses of the body. The same thing here also, students, that we can say that the force of attraction, which is basically exerting on an object, is having a mass, and if it is falling towards the center of the gravity or towards the earth due to the gravitational force, so it is coming downwards, so there is an acceleration due to gravity. So we can say that it totally depends, this gravitational force depends upon the mass of the body and the gravitational acceleration due to gravity of the body. Or we can say that the force of attraction depends upon mass and acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so force of attraction, it depends upon the mass and acceleration due to gravity. Now, here the force of attraction, or we can say the force, it is actually body, it is the weight. So, we can say that the weight of the body is that force, which depends upon the mass and the acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So, we can write it, that is weight of the body is the force with which it is attracted towards the center or towards the earth, with which it gets attracted towards the center of the earth. Okay, so weight of the body is that force with which it gets attracted towards the center of the earth, that is the weight. Now, if we are saying that the weight of the body is the force with which the object gets attracted towards the center of the earth, and we are saying that the force of attraction depends upon the acceleration due to gravity and the mass of the body, so ultimately weight of the body depends upon the acceleration due to gravity and the mass of the body. Let me tell you again. See, the definition is given here, and we are saying that the force depends upon the mass and acceleration due to gravity. Due to gravity. And here, students, we are saying that the weight of the body is what? It is the force by which an object gets attracted towards the center of the body. So, force by which an object gets attracted towards the center of the body, that is this force. Now, this weight is equals to this F. Okay, weight is equals to that force by which the object gets attracted towards the center of the body, towards the center of the earth. Okay, center of the earth. And this force, it depends upon the mass of the body and the acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so we can say that the weight depends on the mass of the body and the acceleration due to gravity. So, acceleration, the mass of the body, it also depends upon the acceleration due to gravity. Now, on that basis, students, we can say that we are knowing that the force of attraction, force F is equals to what? Mass into acceleration. We are knowing about it. So, weight will be equals to mass into acceleration, but here the acceleration occurred due to the acceleration due to gravity. So, instead of writing here A only, we can write here G. So, W will be equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity. Because we are knowing that the force of attraction, that is equals to the force, it depends. You know the formula here that F is equals to mass into acceleration. Okay. So, we can write it W is equals to mg. Instead of that, student, you could also write F is equals to mg. Because here when we are talking about the force of gravitation, at that time, acceleration will be due to that of the gravity. So, instead of writing there A, we can write there G also. Okay. M is what? That is the mass of body. G, you are knowing that is acceleration due to gravity. Now, say student, that is acceleration due to gravity. Right? It is due to the acceleration due to gravity. Now, you see student, what is the unit This is the formula. This is the formula of the weight, and that is m into g, mass into gravity, or mg. That is the formula of the weight. So weight of the body is equals to product of the mass and the acceleration due to gravity here. Now, what will be the SI unit of the weight, students? So you know that since we are saying that F is equals to mg, that will be equals to W is equals to mg. Okay. So force, what is the SI unit of the force is Newton. So what will be the SI unit of the weight? That will be also Newton. So either we are representing the force or we are representing the weight of the body. It will always be taken in the Newton. Now you see, students, how can we find it? Now, if the question is that you have to find the weight of an object whose mass is 1 kg. Okay? Find the weight of an object whose mass is 1 kg. So you know, student, W will be equals to mg. Here mass is given, that is 1 kg into g is 9.8 meter per second square. So that will be equals to 9.8 kg meter per second square or 9.8 Newton. Okay, so we can write it 9.8 Newton. So the weight of the 1 kg of an object will be 9.8 Newton here, students. Now you see, students, we have discussed that what is the weight, how can we calculate the weight with the help of the mass and the acceleration due to gravity. Now you see, okay, if you are talking, if an object is placed on the earth and its mass is given 1 kg, then you are able to find it easily. If it is not mentioned that where the object has been kept and only the mass is given, you are able to find the weight of the object. But if the same object is kept, weight of the object whose mass is 1 kg, weight of an object on moon. Okay, so now the consequences changes because you know that, okay, the mass will remain the same. There will be no change in the mass. So W will be equals to mg. The formula will also remain the same. So we will write here m into. Now the problem is with the acceleration due to gravity. Because you are knowing that g, it does not remain the same with the place. Okay, it means the value of this g at a place will be constant, but if you change the place, so it will also get changed. Okay, so here g will be 1.63. So the value will come as a 1.63 Newton. So you can see, student, the same object is there which is having the mass 1 kg. On the moon, its mass is, on the moon, on the earth, its weight will be equals to 9.8 Newton. But the same amount of a mass, same body, when it is kept on the moon, at that time the weight on the moon of that particular object is 1.63 Newton. So you can see that with the place, the weight of the object changes. It varies from the place to places. And the reason of this variation, it is because of the acceleration due to gravity. So we can write it. So we can say that the weight, it varies from place to place, and it is because of the change in the acceleration due to gravity. Since the value of g varies from place to place, thus weight also varies. Weight also varies. Now, you see student, when we say that W is equals to mg, so here W is directly proportional to the mass. Okay, and since it is a directly proportional to the mass, so on that basis we can say that the weight of the body is the measure of the mass of the body. Okay, so measure of the mass of the body is measure of the mass of the body, students. Okay. Now there is one more thing that we have to understand, and that is when we talk about the weight, students, you see that we said that it varies from place to place. So at interplanetary space, what happened? At that time, the value of the G will be 0. Okay? So here Z will be 0. And when G will be 0, so M into G, now this will be equals to the, whatever will be the mass really doesn't matter, it will be M into 0 or weight will be equals to 0. So you see student, it is because mass does not changes, but the acceleration due to gravity, it changes from place to place. Sometimes it is lesser and sometimes it is 0 also. So especially in the interplanetary spaces, G is equals to 0. So at that time when we find the weight of the body, so weight will be equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity is 0 here. So we will write weight will be 0, and that is why we feel weightless. Okay, we feel weightless. So by this, students, we can say that weight can be 0. Mass cannot be 0, but weight can be 0. Now, one more thing is there, student. What is this quantity? Weight is what? Kind of which quantity? Is a scalar or the vector quantity? So, since weight is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity, and this acceleration is towards the center of the earth or away from the center of the earth, so weight is having direction and it is having a value, so we can say as well as magnitude. So it is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Okay, so mass was what? Since it does not have a direction, student, at that time mass we will consider it as a scalar quantity. But weight is the product of the mass and acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity is having a direction. So we can say that weight is having direction, and that is why weight is not a vector quantity, but it is a scalar quantity. Now, you see students, whenever we say that we move in the upward direction, at that time the acceleration due to gravity decreases. And when the acceleration due to gravity decreases, so the value of the weight will also get decreases. Now we will see. Now the same thing happened when we go down inside to that of the earth. If an object is going towards the center of the earth, whatever will be the weight on the surface of the earth, it starts decreasing, and when it reaches to the center of the earth, at that time the weight of the body will be 0. And the reason is because a body, when it starts going inside to that of the earth, acceleration due to gravity starts decreasing, and ultimately at the center of the earth, acceleration due to gravity will be 0. So we can write it, that is, at the surface of the earth, at the surface of earth, object is having a weight here, students. Object is having a weight, but as the object moves inside the earth, G decreases, and at the center G will be equals to 0. So when G will be equals to 0, at that time W will be equals to 0. So at the center of the earth, the weight of the body will be 0. Okay.